It doesn't matter what your fitness goals are. If you have a unsupportive diet for those goals, you're going to have a real hard time achieving, let alone maintaining those results. And one of the ultimate cheat codes in helping you to improve your diet is, of course, making your own food. Because ultimately, there are only three things you need to consider with a healthy diet. What do you eat? How much you eat? And to a degree, when do you eat? And the less you make your own food, the more you're putting those three factors in the hands of complete strangers. But if you're like me, the idea of cooking or baking can be quite intimidating. I mean, hell, I've nearly burned down my kitchen more times than I can count, and I can mess up pouring just cold cereal. So to make things easier on myself and more effective, I've devised these meal prep hacks, tips, and tricks that I want to share with you today. Now, the first foundation to any healthy diet is, of course, protein. And for that, it's as simple as choosing your protein source. It doesn't have to be animal-based. It could be plant-based or whatnot. But marinade is a big key component in my approaches. And you don't have to overthink it. You don't need to go into complicated recipes and everything. I just took some basic vinegar and balsamic marinade or salad dressing, put in a bowl, chicken, marinate it overnight or for a few hours, throw it on the grill, and there you go. You got your protein sources for the next several meals. Now, the second foundational component to a healthy diet is, of course, plant foods. And that bolsters up the nutrition of your diet. You get lots of good fiber, taste, texture, all the good things. But it's also the part a lot of people have trouble with. That's what I used to have trouble with as well. So for that, there's a couple strategies I use. First and foremost is I love these just basic salad meal kits. It's not that I just eat these all the time, but they're a great foundation. You just throw everything into a bowl. Then you can add in peppers, onions, spices, cheeses, whatever you like to gussy it up a little bit. And you have a more satisfying salad than just eating raw iceberg lettuce, which basically is inconveniently packaged water. Another strategy that I like to use, I simply call throw a whole bunch of stuff on a cookie sheet and throw it in the oven for 40 minutes. This is kind of my Sunday afternoon type of meal preps. I'll put on potatoes, broccoli, onions, peppers, acorn, squash, zucchini. Just go nuts in the produce aisle. Whatever suits your fancy, just cut it up or slice it up, put on the cookie sheet, olive oil or butter, salt and pepper, put it in the oven for about half an hour or so. Makes up a whole lot of really good, nutritious, plant-based foods at a good amount of volume that you can eat all throughout the week. And then the third consideration in the 3P strategy for a satisfying, healthy foundation to a diet, of course, is portion control. Now, I like to just put things into these glass containers, and generally, for my experience, is about 2 to 3 meals worth of food I make up at a time, because it takes about the same amount of time to make up a lot of food as it does a little bit when you're just throwing stuff on the grill or in the oven. But if I'm making a lot more than that, typically I find stuff ends up going bad because I don't get to it in time. And if it's too little than that, it's a lot of work for not a whole lot of food. Plus, these containers make it a whole lot easier to just quickly heat and eat, which is a lot quicker, faster, and cheaper than even fast food. So meal prepping your proteins, your plants, and getting your portion sizes so you get 2 to 3 good satisfying meals, supplement with whatever starches, grains, and other things that you like to add in. It's one of the best and easiest ways to have more control over what you eat, how much you eat, when you eat, having control over your diet, therefore more control over the dietary influence towards whatever objectives you're going after. Best of luck in your workouts this week. Till then, be fit and live free.